Meaning of life. Meaning of life to me is the search for life. To not merely lead the life mechanically. We are born, we grow up, we are given goals by society to meet, be it earning wealth, finding some position in society, raising a family, aging with some grace, and then dying. Just lead your life. Everybody lives it this way. You do it too. And make sure you don't do anything extraordinary or different in that sense. Yes, extraordinary, but not different. Follow the script. But for me, meaning of life would be that while we are leading a life, it may be extraordinary in the terms of our accomplishments, be they material or spiritual. But what is more important is, do I know life? Do I know this essence of life that is within me as pure awareness? That quest for life will then give meaning to life. Because when we are alive, we have questions, deeper questions. And we must give these questions some time to unfold. We should go find ourselves a tradition, a teacher, which supports us in the contemplative, meditative process. It doesn't indoctrinate us, it doesn't give us a dogma, but it definitely allows us to go within and change the paradigm of living so that life doesn't deplete us, doesn't command from us pure obedience alone, doesn't put fear in us, but instead excites us, enthuses us. And all along, while we are enjoying life, playing out the roles, we are also in touch with something deeper, something that is within, that I call Atma, the self. Atma is a Sanskrit word from the Vedas, which means apanoti iti sarvam atma, that which is boundless. And also connecting with another entity, which is really one in the Vedas, which is known as Ishvara. Ishvara means the light that dwells in everything and all beings. Ishvara is the name for the divine allness, the universal intelligence, not a God person necessarily, but a God presence, a God principle. So life is really the quest for Atma, the self on one end, and Ishvara, the absolute reality on another. This absolute reality is nameless, formless. The self is nameless, formless. But yet, Ishvara and Atma give essence, give manifestation, give their light, give their truth, empower their energy into everything that has name and form. I believe that life has meaning when we try to discover the self within us. And we were looking and worshipping at gods outside us, but then we find that the self within us is Ishvara. That great divine absolute truth is shining right here in our own heart. Meaning of life comes from one who seeks, therefore, moksha. Moksha is another Sanskrit word from the Upanishad, which means the kshaya of moha, or the end of all forgetfulness, the end of all ignorance, the end of all delusions, which kept us limited and small and believing that we are just this entity, 5 feet something, made up of body, and we are just this limited amount, this fragmented intelligence that's bound up in stories and memories and beliefs and limitations. Instead, we realize that we are life itself. We are that boundless, pure consciousness. We are that awareness. But beyond the intellectual understanding, it has to become experiential. It has to become real. And therefore, the quest for Atma Bodha, the quest to know who I really am, gives meaning to life. Every day I get up in the morning and I go to bed, and my little self is leading a mechanical, albeit an Ayurvedically beautiful, a yogically suffused, a Vedanta blessed existence, but yet it is the existence of a body with a mind. but deep inside me, through my every living awake moment, and even when I'm dreaming, I'm always remembering I am spirit, I am boundless, I am limitless, and I am one with divine allness, Ishvara. And the more I contemplate upon it, the more it becomes my living reality, and more I live a sovereign existence, unshackled by my false limitations. My life has become a celebration, because this life shall not end when the body ends. This life is not interrupted when the mind is having a hiccup. This mind and this body are actually being supported by my life, because now my life has meaning, because I am connected with something deeper, the truth, which is my true self. I invite all of you on this journey. I am a Vedic teacher. My name is Acharya Shunya. I teach knowledge from the Bhagavad Gita, the Upanishads, and the Veda Samhitas exactly about this question, the meaning of life. Most of us think money will give meaning to life. Some of us think pleasure, relationships will give meaning to life. But meaning begins to creep into our life when we make somebody else's joy important for us. That is called dharma. And it comes to a culmination when moksha is achieved, which is we have become liberated from what? From our own false beliefs, from our own mechanical scripted existence, when we have recognized that I and the divine truth of all of existence share a relationship. We are one. I hope what I have shared inspires you. Whatever tradition you are in, whatever religion you follow, even if you're an atheist or an agnostic, somewhere you exist and you may want to know, who am I? Call it a scientific or a spiritual journey or a mystical journey. Name does not matter. You cannot deny your own existence. Your self-awareness is prima facie your first fact. Who is this? And what is the quality of your relationship with your own self? That gives meaning to life. Thank you for asking me what life means to me. Thank you. I hope that was inspiring.